too long, for too long. Yeah, you make me feel like I've been locked out of heaven for too long, for too long.
I don't even know who that is, and I like him. Bruno Mars, ladies and gentlemen. Well, it is Saturday night. Welcome to the Jonathan Ross Show. Here's some news for you. You may have seen this. Cheryl Cole. Don't we all love Cheryl Cole? Well, she's been in the news this week because she unveiled a new tattoo on her back. And I thought it looked lovely. Have a look at it. Here it is. It's a big one. I think she's covering up an old one there. To get it, she endured 15 hours of pain. That sounds like a lot, but she was made of Ashley Cole, so she had form. I think it's beautiful. I think it looks lovely down there. Normally, I don't approve of tattoos down there because I believe they're called tramp stamps. Did you know that? Tramp stamps. This woman loved them so much, she even had the words put down there. And that's not just my favourite. How about this? I'll show you another one. This is Exhibit B. OK? Not just coins, I imagine, but... Also, these days, with chip and pin, you just swipe your card down there. You don't need to use money. But this is my favourite, which is the worst one, of course. Have a look at this tattoo. Check that out. That's... a person so lazy they can't even be bothered to buy pants. Now, everyone's a little scared about going to the dentist, but in this case, I think it was the dentist who was scared when he turned up to work. Look at this. They were working on a polar bear. Now, I know. Why would a polar bear need to go to the dentist? Maybe too many glacier mints. I don't know. But no, the real reason is there are so many nature documentaries these days, and there are so many polar bears trying to get the job. To get noticed, he needed to get that Hollywood smile. And you see... there he is at the Oscars. There's a new internet craze this week. 2 students have set up a website to celebrate their love of cooking vegan food in the nude. Would you like to have a look? There you go. I believe the technical term is pornography. Of course, you've got to be careful cooking naked next to a cooker. I tried it once, I wound up with a hobnob. Now, every week we try to feature... we like showing you clips, and we found one here of an individual attempting something that has never been done before, OK? And I'm going to call this short film Man vs. Cactus. Look at this.
Green means go. Pull my legs over. Zach, help me now. Help me now. Hold on. I'm going to sleep. I'm going to sleep.
Yeah. Here's the thing, though. What was he expecting? I bet he was feeling a bit of a prick after that. Ladies and gentlemen, he'll be performing later on. I'm thrilled he's here. It's Mr. Bruno Mars, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, you make me feel like I've been locked out of heaven for too long, for too long.
That's a great voice. Bruno Mars. OK. Who doesn't want a bit of Bruno? Let's see who else is on the programme for your entertainment tonight. My first guest is a very funny young man, one of my favourite comedians at the moment, Mr. Jack Whitehall. There he is. Hello, Jack. Hey. Jack is a terrific actor, but some people say that he hasn't got much range, OK, because he plays the same kind of parts at the moment. Plays young, posh people. That's fair enough to say that you're playing kind of young, posh people. Quite well.
I play posh people, but I'm actually from the street. This is all an act.
That's what... Well, I heard you're from Darlington.
I'm a gangster.
Yeah. So you have a lot of... You can do other parts as well. So if I were to say that you do a Scottish hairdresser, for example.
Oh, would you like some of it taken off the... Oh, no, that's not even close.
OK, let's try another one. How about a Welsh truck driver?
Would you like to come into my truck?
What was that? Come on,
that was good.
How about let's go...
Oh, I smell BAFTA. That was good.
Let's go further afield. How about a New York taxidermist?
Hey, look at my possum. Again, that was like there was one in the room.
You know, it's incredible. Without makeup, you transformed yourself into 3 distinctly separate human beings.
I could, and I'm very happy to have him on the show. My good friend, Bruno Mars.
What was that? I don't even know what that was.
Actually, I made you a bit butch there.
Jack Whitehall, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you, Jonathan.
Yeah, we'll see. We might not have time for you tonight now. Maybe we haven't got time for you. My next guest is the nation's favourite clever clogs. It's the gorgeous Carol Vorderman. Hey, Carol. How are you? Always lovely to see you.
Always lovely to see you.
Just a quick test. Carol, 6 times 7.
42.
11 times 9.
99.
12 times 2.
24.
She's still got it, ladies and gentlemen. Carol Vorderman still got it. All going on. All right, and there's more. Because also on the show we have a wonderful young actress who's been working with recently with Oscar winner Ben Affleck. She stars in the new Tom Cruise film out later this year. It's Olga Kurylenko. Hello, Olga.
Hello. I can tell you how much is 1 times 1.
You could do one. I'm sure you could do the maths.
I can do that.
Well, here's the thing. But you speak. Is it true? You speak. Is it 5 languages you speak?
Well, fluently, just 3, and the others I can get by.
So fluently 3. So one's English. We've established that.
French and Russian.
Russian. And what are the other 2?
Well, I understand, and I guess I could speak if I practice it better. Ukrainian, Spanish,
Wow.
Italian.
Je couche de prévision de privilégié for the beraggio.
Oh my God, he's so amazing. I didn't know he was he
I
Russian?
just asked her out to Nando's.
Yeah.
You know what,
That's yes.
Jack? Olga was in Quantum of Solace, and she was the one Bond girl who didn't sleep with James Bond. So you've got no chance whatsoever, no matter how much peri-peri chicken you offer her. All right?
Trust me, once you have a half chicken at Nando's, anything is on the cards. Did you see the eyebrow raise? That's definitely a yes for me.
I bet you will cut back later and she'll have moved to the
Can you
other
do
side of
this?
the room.
Can you do this?
What are you doing?
Can you do that?
Yeah, I'm gonna have
Can
to
you
do this
raise
thing.
your eyebrows like that? Can you go like this?
Olga, stop it. You're working him up into a frenzy. Olga Kurylenko, ladies and gentlemen. There she is. And we've met him already, but he will be performing later on the full track, and I'll be talking to him. Mr. Bruno Mars. There he is right there. Thank you, Bruno. Now, we're just going to start with this, though, because I saw a clip this week of a rare animal on the internet, and I just had to share it with you. It's a species of frog, and believe it or not, what you're about to witness is its defence mechanism to scare off any predators, OK? Have a look at this. It's the South American Pasquale frog. The flaw in its design, though, is although it might scare off other predators, that noise, of course, is irresistible to dogs. Let's get my first guest out. He's easily the most exciting young comic around right now. It's Mr. Jack Whitehall. Oh, yeah, you've got the bag. Come on over. OK, so... Great to have you here, Jack. Jack's brought a food bag out. I forgot to mention this because Carol's doing this show where they're looking for recipes all over the country. We said to our guests, could you bring something in and cook something from your past, maybe a family recipe or something? So you've obviously been to the posh store. What will you be cooking for us this evening?
Carol Vorderman, very clever. I'm going to be cooking some brain food.
You're cooking some brain food, which is?
Brain.
Ah.
And a bit of spring onion.
OK.
And lemon.
Wow. So you're going to be cooking up a dish...
That is the worst ready, steady cook bag empty ever in there. So I'll be doing that later.
OK.
You want to look after it for me?
No, you put it...
Put it on your desk.
OK, well, let's keep it safe under your head.
We'll do a little
And we've got... Oh, Olga. Oh, no, you've been to Tesco. That doesn't bode well. So what are you... Olga, what will you cook for us?
I'm actually gonna make something very Russian or Ukrainian or Slavic. Okay. It's called akroshka. And I've got a cucumber here.
Oh, don't bring that out.
OK, you know what? Really, you're not making it easy on young Jack. I can't.
I've got eggs, radishes, some garlic, dill, and kefir, and potatoes.
Potatoes, there you go, OK. And then, Bruno, you're going to try and muster something off us later on?
Yeah, I got something special coming.
You haven't got any... You got something coming for us later on? Okay,
Don't you worry.
OK, so... And, Carol, you can judge, because you're looking for, like, family recipes, aren't you?
Yeah, we are. I mean, that looks fabulous.
It's
I'm
going
not
to
so
be
sure
very
that
good.
Jack's going to be very good, though, are you?
No.
You might need a bit of your cucumber, I think.
No.
I can share that.
I think Jack would like it to be the other way around, to be honest with you.
I just did MasterChef.
Did you really?
The Comic Relief.
Did you? And how'd it go?
Amazing. I met Greg Wallace.
And what
He is my hero, Greg Wallace, because you see so many, like, celebrity chefs on TV, and, you know, they're being silly with all this food, and it's all... Greg Wallace is simple. He likes puddings.
Yeah.
And you know that if he wasn't on that show, he's like a hunter-gatherer. He probably goes out, he finds a deer, kills it himself, eats the meat raw, and then when he's done with it, does a shit in a hole in the garden.
Yeah, well... That's...
A real
Which
man.
would be the episode of MasterChef I would really like to see as well.
They need to have that episode.
Hey, congratulations, because last time I saw you, you were at the Comedy Awards.
Yeah.
And you picked up this new award. You picked up the King of Comedy Award for the year for last year, so congratulations. And you're still kind of pretty much at the beginning of your career. How old are you, Jack?
24.
Wow, 24 years old. So that must have been a fun moment.
It was amazing. It was so nice, and I was so you know, overawed that people had voted for me, and yeah, it was brilliant. And you were there as well, which was nice.
I was there.
Because weirdly, with that suit thing, because Jonathan is a bit like my sort of comedy dad in a way. You are within the comedy world. You are a bit like a sort of embarrassing father figure.
Oh man. Well,
No, last time I saw Jonathan, right, we were talking about my look, and I can't work out whether I'm like a suit guy or just like chilled out with a t-shirt.
well, we can see you can't quite work out. Yeah, exactly.
I'm sort of, you
You're
know...
halfway between the two.
I'm a halfway house. And you tried to offer me a lot of your old suits.
Yes,
because I said you used to wear, like, the garish ones. You know, back in the day, you used to wear quite
Lizard
gay
skin.
suits.
Yeah.
You did.
Yeah, that's the way.
And you were like, oh, yeah, well, I've still got them all, and if you want any of them, I will...
What is that voice you
That
keep
is how
doing?
you talk! You were like, I realised, I looked at myself and I thought, I look a white but I've still got them all, so if you want any... I was like, I don't want your hand-me-downs.
Well, I thought it was quite a nice offer. It was a genuine offer. I was going to give you some old suits
Your
to wear.
old snakeskin suits.
Yes.
I think I can do without them.
I think you'd look good in an old snakeskin suit.
No, I already look a little bit like you, and I think that would be bad.
Look like a younger, slightly podgier-faced version
You
of
look
me,
like
yeah.
me if it goes to shit.
OK, so you called me your comedy dad, but your father's still around, and you're working with your dad.
Yeah, I'm working with my dad.
So what are you
at the
doing with
moment.
your father?
Well, we've written a book, and it's coming out at the end of the year. And because he's a very, very funny man, and my dad's written a book before, and we decided that we'd write this book together. So
Okay,
he
so
sort of
what
writes
is it?
about...
How do you work together? What is the book that you can write together?
Well, he writes about me, and I write about him. And it's quite weird, because he obviously can't use a computer. So he gets very... I bought him a computer at the beginning of this process. He doesn't know what to do with it. And I handed him this computer. It was for Christmas, and I gave it to him. And I felt cruel as he was looking at this thing. He didn't know what to do. I felt like I'd given Professor Stephen Hawkins a twister mat. You know, like, it was... I felt really bad.
OK, so how old is your dad that he can't master...
74, and he doesn't know... Like, I try and talk him through it.
Well,
like,
he's
on
good
the
for
phone,
74.
I'm like, you need to... Right, first thing you need to do is open a window.
Yeah.
And then I hear him getting up and going over to the window. I'm like, no, that's not how it works. But so anyway, we write it together, and I write these stories about him, and then he gets very annoyed with me because he says that I'm embellishing them, but I'm not. Like,
So what kind of stories are you sharing then? So you're telling, what, embarrassing stories about him, or
a lot of
fond?
it's about when I was still living at home, because he's very much like old-fashioned Englishman. His house is his castle.
Yeah.
And any affront to that, he gets very angry. We live in a very nice area in Putney, OK?
Yeah.
And there was this one time where we had a couple of guys who were up to no good that started making trouble
Bad
in the
kids.
neighbourhood.
Some kids, some young folks.
Some youths.
Yeah.
And these youths were outside, and they were loitering with intent. It was like 9 o'clock at night. My dad was already in bed, OK? And they
9
were
o'clock at
loitering.
night. Wow.
He goes to bed very early, and he wears earplugs as well, because my mother snores. So anyway, so they're outside, these youths, and they're loitering, and I wake up my father and I say, there's some youths, they're loitering with intent. And he goes to the window and he spies them, and he sees one of them chuck a cigarette, and it hits one of his hydrangeas. So that is like red rag to a bull. Grabs his dressing gown, puts on the dressing gown, goes down, opens the door, he's like, go on, piss off, get off my lawn. And there's 5 guys there, like, scary youths, you know, like, with the hoodies and then with, like, the little bikes. So they're comical and scary, like stabby clowns. And face up, like, this guy stands up to him and he's like, shut up, Downton Abbey, at my dad. And I'm like, they're going to kill him. They are going to kill him. This is going to be the end of my dad's life. And then Mother Nature intervenes. Amazing. Big gust of wind. like, billows up through my dad's dressing gown. And because he'd come down so quickly, he hadn't had time to fasten it properly, so it shot open, like that, to expose his naked 74-year-old body, his man-sporran just glistening in the moonlight. And he tried to shut it, but because it was one of those loose sort of silk numbers, it looked like he was just billowing it more to draw it... I've never seen them run so fast.
So that's the best defence right there. He just...
It's such a good defence.
Yeah, yeah.
If ever there's any, like, trouble from miscreant youths, get my dad. Like, those riots last year, the police should have had him up on one of the cars, just there, going like that.
Does he realise that he is funny, though, or is this inadvertent?
No, I think he realises he's doing it sometimes, but he's just he's naturally a very funny man, and he's a great storyteller. So it's been really fun writing the book.
Look, well, when's it out? I guess for Christmas.
End of the year.
So it's a way off. OK, you're on tour. You're going on a big tour, but this once again, this is not until next year. You're just selling the tickets now, so you're going on tour. Yeah,
we're launching the tour this weekend, and then I go on tour next year. It's the first tour I've done for ages.
And this is going to be, I guess, you've got plenty of time to write new material, or do you have the material already?
I've got some of the material already, and then I'm going to, write some more stuff.
And do you try the material out in small clubs? Do you kind of do those kind of guerrilla gigs where you turn up and just do a few minutes? Or?
Yeah, no, I'm going to do some smaller gigs and preview it a lot, and then the actual venues that I'm doing are going to be the slightly bigger ones, and I'm going to do it in the round as well.
Okay. So why are you doing it in the round? Because that's unusual in comedy.
I'm really sorry, guys. I'm going to do a really big name drop here. I was at the wrestling with Eamon Holmes. Not with Eamon, he was with his family and I was with my girlfriend. And I thought that really worked, and you're a big fan of wrestling.
I love the wrestling. OK, now, we should tell people that the Comic Relief is coming up, of course. Hopefully you'll be watching Comic Relief. And I know you're involved in that. You've just done, you said you did the Master Chef, and you've done a fresh meat special as well for Comic Relief, is that right?
I'm doing that tomorrow morning.
OK.
And 7 a.m. in Newcastle.
So that's a special kind of a mini episode of fresh meat, or...
We're going through all the universities and trying to get them to donate money for Comic Relief, which is, I don't really know how that's going to work, because they're about the only people that are worse off than the people we're raising money for. Students have no money. And we're starting at 7 a.m. And when I was a student, I didn't get up till about, like, 12.
Yeah.
And we're going through all these universities.
So it's going to be quiet at first. What did you study at university?
I studied history of art.
OK. Wow, well, that's obviously coming very useful.
It's coming very useful.
How did you wind up doing history of art? Is that what you wanted your career to be?
No, it's what my father wanted my career to be. He wanted me to be an art historian, but I didn't. I ended up doing comedy. That's all I did, though, when I was at university. I used to go around and do all these gigs up in Manchester, and actually go to other universities as well. The worst one is I went to a university called the University of Warrington, which we aren't going to on the tour. Oh, we got someone in from the University of Warrington. No, you just heard Warrington and got excited.
Well, she's just been holding that whoop in for a long time.
Yeah. It's very scary, very hostile environment.
And they didn't like your comedy, or they didn't like you?
When on stage, before it even started, this guy at the back got up and he's like, "Oi, mate, get on with your jokes. I came here for the comedy." And I said, "No, you didn't. You came here because you f***ed up your A-levels."
Well, then, that got off to a bad start, I guess.
That's a terrible way.
All right, so the tickets for Jack's tour go on sale. I think they're on sale now.
They're on sale now,
okay,
yeah.
Okay.
And so hopefully people... I want to build up some better fans. That's what I've decided.
What's wrong with your current fans?
Well, it's not fans. I get recognised sometimes, but I always get recognised in, like, the worst way. I was talking to some girls in a pub quite recently, you know, sort of throwing out some anecdotes, trying to be entertaining. It was going quite well. They were quite impressed. This guy came up to me, he tapped me on the shoulder, and he was like, "You know who you look like?" I was like, "Oh, awkward ladies, embarrassing. Muggins has been recognised from the telly." "Sorry, sir, fire away." He's like, "You look like a fat Jack Whitehall." That is not the one to go in on.
That's not good. That's not good.
And that's not even the worst. The worst one I've ever had, OK? I had a rash in a slightly ominous position, quite high up the leg.
I like this story already.
OK, and it was a scary position to have a rash, so I thought I'd go and get it checked out. Not at my local GP, because he might report back to Mother. I went to a random sort of clinic, as it were. I went into this clinic, the man took down my trousers, took hold of me.
Yes.
Literally, as he took hold of me, he went, "I've just realised who you are." Which is never the time to say that! "Oh, I know these anywhere." And he went, "My daughter's a big fan of yours. You're that George Lamb, aren't you?" And I was about to correct him, and then I thought, if this is something dodgy, I want his daughter thinking George Lamb had it, so I just went with it.
So someone out there thinks George
Somewhere
Lamb
out there thinks George Lamb has a rash.
We should also say, Jack, we're hosting a chunk of Comic Relief together.
Yeah, we are,
On the night, so we're going to stage. Hopefully I'll get Jack into one of my old suits.
No chance.
OK, and you'll be cooking brains for a State of One. Ladies and gentlemen, the fabulous Mr. Jack Whitehall. OK, join me after the break. I'll be talking to the gorgeous and talented Olga Kurilenko. Don't go away. Welcome back. Well, I want to see how they get on the green room because, you know, because we've Carol Vorderman's here. She's got the cookery show on TV now. We've got them to do some cooking backstage for us. How are you getting on with your dishes?
Yeah, I'm just doing some chopping.
Well, you're going to be cooking the brains
Jack,
for something, aren't you?
Be careful, Jack. Oh, my God. Jack,
Doing some dill.
should I help you?
No, more.
No, Jack.
Oh, my...
Oh, Jonathan! Ow! I'm warning you, mate, where there's blame, there's a claim.
You know what,
to your ass.
That was some of the worst acting I've seen in my entire life.
You started going
The knife wasn't even near your finger. Now you're now showing the whole blood thing.
It's your special effects department, they're shit. That beard of yours is rubbish as well. No one believes it.
I really wouldn't start on beards if I were you.
My beard is so much better than yours. I look like a homeless Rylan.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get my next guest out. She's a fabulous actress and a rising star who made a name as a kick-ass Bond girl. Have a look at her in action before she comes out.
We didn't settle on the price.
Make me an offer.
We can work it out later. Over drinks. Dominic didn't give you any trouble, did he?
No.
What the hell is this?
I think someone wants to kill you.
Here she is. It's Olga Kurilenko. That's a lovely dress. How lovely to meet you. Come on out here and take a seat. The Jack has just vacated. Don't worry, the rash was a long time ago, I believe.
Oh, thank God.
So, I was talking to Olga a little bit backstage, and I know we were talking about the language, but I love your accent.
You do?
Yeah, yeah. So this is a Ukrainian accent that you have traces of still?
I don't know. I mean, I lived in France for 13 years, so...
OK,
yeah,
so you...
It's kind of a mixture.
OK, and you were in France. So how did you go from the Ukraine to France? You were in the Ukraine, that's where you were born, that's where you were brought up?
Yeah, I was born in Ukraine, and then someone saw me in the subway. I was on vacation in Moscow, and I started modeling, and then a French agency invited me to come to Paris to work as a model.
So you got spotted. It's the traditional kind of classic story. You were a pretty young girl, and they spotted you and said, come and work over here.
I know, it's crazy. I really felt like I thought this can't happen to me because this only happens in movies or in novels, you know? I would read a book about some, you know, girl who goes on adventures, and it sounded... I thought, oh, my God, I'm a character from a book. It's actually happening.
Did your mum move with you when you started modeling, or did you go on your own?
No, my mom came with me to Moscow and stayed with me like for a month, I think, and you know, met people, everybody that worked in the agency, all the girls that were there, and yeah, and then she, you know, once she got secure and she knew that it was all fine and legitimate, she left.
So she went back to the Ukraine?
Mm-hmm. Okay. And then I would just travel on the train, back and forth. 24, maybe 5-hour train between Moscow and my town. That's
a long commute.
It's a very long, yeah.
So you couldn't have done that every day, because that is a day.
No.
So that was
no, I would just go, stay there for, I don't know, 2 weeks or a month, go back home, then come back again. I would just do short trips.
And then you modelled for quite a while before you became an actress, didn't you?
Yes, then I modelled in Paris, and I always wanted to be an actress, so I just... I tried to take classes when I could, when I wasn't traveling like crazy.
But it must have been quite exciting to get a part in a Bond movie, especially with Daniel Craig, because he's kind of put it back on the map there. You enjoyed working with Daniel?
Very much so. Although, you know, it could have been his last movie with me, because I almost killed him.
How did you almost kill him?
Well, you saw that moment that we just, you know, watched, when I say, hey, get in the car, and I had to drive like a maniac. So, of course, and Daniel wasn't attached, you know, he wasn't buckled up. So I could see each time he would be glancing at me and thinking, oh my God, it's a woman driving, I don't trust her. And I was like, oh, I'm a great driver, I'm fine. So, of course, he had to like jump in the car, and as soon as he jumps in the car, I had to take off. So after doing it 10 times, you know, in the movies, you do it over and over, at some point, I took off before he got in the car. And of course, once I realized that his other leg was on the pavement, I slammed on the brakes. And I looked at him, I was like, oh, I thought it was funny. But he wasn't smiling. But, you know, he stayed alive, so it's okay.
You didn't kill him.
I didn't, but I could have.
You could have.
I saved him, actually.
You saved his life. In actual fact, you did him a big favour.
Voila!
That's what we're saying.
Exactly.
Okay. You live here in London now, of course.
Yes.
And so why England now? What do you like about England?
You know why I came to London? Because of the taxi drivers. They're so nice here. Oh, my God. Have you been to Paris?
Yes,
have you ever gotten in a French taxi?
I've tried, but sometimes they drive off before my foot's in the car. I think they've seen a lot of Bond movies.
Horrible, but you see...
I didn't deserve that. That was for you.
Only they don't have good reaction like me, so
No.
don't try that. But the thing is, English, they're so nice. I get in taxi, like, hello, love. How are you, love? Yeah. Oh, and then, like, if I give them a tip, they're like, oh, thank you so much. I mean, you know? And they're like, have a nice day, love. Yeah. I was like, wow, I want to live in this country. Yeah. It's amazing. I
wonder whether the fact that you look the way you do might affect the way taxi drivers treat you. And possibly there might be a chance. I've got in sometimes not looking my best, and I'll get, oh, him again. You know, you don't get the same thing. Yeah. But, so what's a nice night in for you? What do? You play video games? Do you have an Xbox?
No,
Anything like that?
I don't. No? There's no way.
You don't like that kind of thing?
No.
Why not?
I'm a girl.
There's little girl gamers out there.
You know what? It makes me rage when I see a guy play video games.
Really? You don't enjoy seeing a man play an Xbox game?
No.
Or PlayStation?
No, I just want to come
consoles.
from behind and hit him with a baseball bat and
really?
say, stop that!
Yeah, this is quite an extreme reaction.
I'm violent.
To this, okay. So what, did something happen in your past involving someone playing the game?
You want to play some video games?
Not if you're going to hit me with a bat. No, I think that might be...
Well, you won't know and you won't feel a thing. It happens so quickly.
All right, the new movie that Olga's talking about right now is called To the Wonder. It's a very different kind of movie. It's not an action movie. It's not like a Bond movie. It's more of a... Well, how would you describe it?
Well, you know, it's not an action, but I was so tired because all I was doing was moving.
Yeah.
I moved, I think, more than an action movie. Jumping, dancing, moving, because my character is crazy. She's insane.
She would be...
nothing to do with me, you know. Yeah. I'm really sane in life, but, you know, I had to, you know, portray this crazy... crazy woman.
Let's have a look at a clip of the new movie, and it's you with Ben Affleck, and he is a tremendous actor, but he's kind of moving more into directing now, isn't he?
I know, he's a great director,
Yeah,
huh?
he is terrific.
Yeah.
Okay, this is the one, it's the new Terrence Malick movie. Have a look at this.
To love is to run the risk of failure, the risk of betrayal. You fear your love has died. It perhaps is waiting to be transformed into something higher. Awaken the divine presence which sleeps in its man, its woman. Know each other in that love that never changes.
There you go, that's the new Terrence Malick movie, To the Wonder, starring Olga Kurylenko. It's been a pleasure having you here, thank you. I'm a fan of you as a performer. I love seeing you act, but also it's been lovely to meet you, so thank you for coming on the show.
Nice to meet you
The lovely Olga Kurylenko, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much. Okay. Olga's going to go back and join in with the cooking. After the break, I'll be chatting to Bruno Mars, so don't go away. Welcome back. Let's just check and see how that cooking's going on in the green room before we get Vanessa to say, how are you getting on this? So, Olga, you're starting... Yours is a cold dish you're doing, is that right, Olga?
It is cold, yeah, don't, you know.
And this is actually, this is a Ukrainian or a Russian dish? It's a kind of...
Yeah, both. I don't know which one it is.
You're putting your in. And Jack, you are working on your brains for us?
Brains? That's what brains actually look like.
They're meant to be good for you, though.
Is that fat?
Whose brain is that?
Brain fat. Little
Brain fat.
Before I get my next guest out, let's take a look at one of his massive worldwide hits. This is Grenade.
I jump in front of a train for you.
do the same.
Mr. Bruno Mars, ladies and gentlemen. Come on out, Bruno. Nice to meet you, Bruno. And you're wearing a hat. Of course you're wearing a hat. You love the hat. Well, aloha, Bruno.
Aloha.
Because you're Hawaiian, aren't you?
I'm from Hawaii.
From Hawaii. Well, does that not make you a Hawaiian then?
No, not really.
Well, what does that make you then? If you're not a Hawaii from Hawaii, and a Hawaiian is from Hawaii.
Okay, I'm Hawaiian.
Well, so what would you call yourself then? Not that you would have to call yourself something, but I would have thought if you came from Hawaii, you would be a Hawaiian.
I like to call myself awesome.
Well, okay, that's fine. You can do that. I have never been to Hawaii. I'd like to go to Hawaii. Can I just check the kind of cliched view we have of Hawaii is that people there, they like enjoy to surf.
Yes.
They like, they would wear a flowery shirt of some sort.
Yeah.
Perhaps they have a lei of, is it called a lei of flowers on their neck, that kind of thing?
Not all of them.
Is this far removed from the reality of Hawaii? Is this a kind of cliched view that I have of the place?
No, I mean, it has that. It's the beach life. It's the sun all day. Close to London.
Yeah. And you still got family there? Your family's still based in Hawaii?
Yeah.
Wow. How often do you have to go back there?
Last time I was there was Christmas.
What do you have for Christmas? Because we have over here, we have traditionally, it is a turkey. If you eat meat, it's a turkey for Christmas.
Is that what it is?
You didn't know? You didn't know?
No, yeah, we have turkey.
You have turkey too? Well,
yeah,
I didn't know
we have
that.
turkey in Hawaii.
No, I knew you could get turkeys there, but because in America, they don't really celebrate Christmas with a turkey.
Well, what do we? We have this thing called Kahlua pig. It's just awesome pulled pork.
Wow, that does sound good.
She knows what I'm talking about.
And you like, is it true, you like Spam in Hawaii, is this correct?
I love Spam.
You see, the Spam has kind of gone out of fashion here in the United Kingdom.
I guess we do it different in Hawaii. I mean, I grew up on this stuff with Spam and rice. We call it Spam musubi. And it's like what you bring to school. And it's unbelievable. It's delicious.
I used to like Spam too.
You see?
Yes, I like Spam.
And then you made a little money, huh? And you just stopped.
Well, don't be judging me.
Not judging, no.
Yeah, well, it sounds to me like you're judging me, Bruno.
No, never. Never.
I mean, I still eat Spam occasionally.
Liar. When's the last time you ate Spam?
Let's move on, because... okay. This is exciting for me to have Bruno here. Not just because he's a very talented young man, but because I interviewed Bruno, and Bruno Mars fans will probably know this. I interviewed Bruno many years ago. Should we tell him how old you were when I first interviewed you, Bruno?
I have no idea, actually.
You were 4 years old.
Wow.
I know. How weird is this? I interviewed Bruno when he was 4 years old. I have a clip of it.
Oh, God.
I'm going to show you now. You must have seen this since.
I don't know. I haven't seen this.
You haven't seen this?
They warned me about it, but I haven't seen this.
Okay, well, okay, so this is me interviewing Bruno when he was 4 in Hawaii, and he hasn't changed a bit. Have a look at this. Bruno, first of all, can you tell me how old you are and how long you've been performing as Elvis?
Since when I was 2.
And how old are you now?
I'm 4.
Now, what is it about Elvis? What do you like about Elvis?
I like his singing and his dance and his lip.
How adorable. How adorable is that? Remarkable. I don't think it's a surprise to anyone that you're still performing. I think it's a surprise to everyone that I've still got a career.
We're still here.
Can you still do the Elvis curl?
Can I? Which camera? Right here?
Oh, yeah, come on. But that's incredible. So you were performing there, and the whole family, your whole family were kind of performers,
Yeah,
is that right?
my father's a percussionist. My mother was a hula dancer and a singer.
Wow.
And I just kind of grew up with music being all around.
Was there a family band? Did you perform together as a group?
Yeah. My brother Tito, Jermaine.
I don't want to ask which one that makes you, okay? You're the crazy one. Well, no, your family had a doo-wop group, didn't they?
Yeah, my father had a group called the Love Notes. It was like a 1950s rock and roll show, and my uncle would do the Elvis impersonation in the show, which was my favorite part when I was a kid. So every night I'd be front row, and I'd be begging my dad, bring me up on stage. And finally, one night, he brought me up, and And here I am.
OK, so Bruno is over. You're on tour. You're going to be touring.
Yes, I'm going to be touring the Moonshine Jungle Tour, coming to a city near you.
OK, when's it starting?
It's going to start in the States, but we're coming out here.
Right. OK, so that's a serious afro you've got going on there. When you're not wearing the hat, you've let that out to play.
That's when...
You've teased that right up and out. How big is the biggest you've ever grown your hair, Bruno?
Oh, yeah, there's some embarrassing photos of me.
Like this one?
Uh-oh.
No, we don't. We're going to find some, though, for next time.
Oh, God.
And so what is it with the hat? Why do you like wearing the hats?
You know what it was? Is because I cut my hair. I used to wear my hair like that in high school.
It's a big fro.
I had an afro, and then I got over it, and I cut it, but all that weight was missing. So I bought my first hat. I bought my first hat at one of these swanky men's. They sold cologne and canes and fake jewelry, and they had these hats.
That sounds like a gangster sort of shop.
Awesome shop.
Yeah.
But I ended up picking up these hats, and it's the best. You don't got to do your hair. You just throw the hat on.
Put a hat on. Put a hat on. Do you wear them in bed?
Yes.
Do you wear regular hats like a baseball cap?
Yeah, all the time. I got them all.
Okay. Just trying to think of some other hats, but I can't think of any. A beret. You got a beret?
A what?
Exactly. Imagine my problem when I try and buy them. What about, you ever tried an old school English top hat or bowler hat?
I've been looking for a top hat because I think I would look incredible walking down the streets of London.
With a top hat and a leather jacket.
And a monocle.
Jonathan, I can lend you my school uniform. You can have tails as well, and a cane to hit poor people.
Yeah. OK. Bruno, you're going to perform for us this evening. I'm very excited about that.
Yeah.
OK. What's the song you do tonight?
This song is my new single called When I Was Your Man.
OK. And it's a more of a ballad song than the previous ones, isn't it?
Yes. The last one was the fastest song on my album, and I think it's safe to say that this is the slowest song on my album.
So when you're writing a song like this, are you thinking of someone in particular? Are you thinking of someone in your past?
Yeah, absolutely. I don't think it'd be hard for me to come out here and sing something that wasn't real.
And is it someone you have fond memories of?
Yes.
Is it me you were singing about? Because did I imagine that moment then, or was that was real, wasn't it? Because there was a look in your eyes then, and I felt like I'd let you down,
John,
or something.
don't do this here.
I didn't know.
Not now.
Because you stopped wearing the Elvis suits, I didn't know it was you. OK, so Bruno's going to fall out on it. Hey, it's been a pleasure having you, and I'm pleased to meet you again after so many years. Mr. Bruno Mars, who'll be playing later on, and after the break I'll be chatting to Carol Vorderman as well, but don't go away. Live music from Bruno coming up. Welcome back. We've still got music from Bruno Mars, and we will be finding out what our guests have been cooking. But right now, she's a sexy boffin. She's like Professor Brian Cox, only not quite as girly. It's Carol Vorderman. What a lovely sight. Lovely to see you, Carol. Come and sit down. You always look great. You look so great these days.
Everybody always stand up when somebody...
Only when a lady enters the room, Carol. Well, isn't that amazing? We are all amazed at how much better you look now than you used to look. You know what I'm saying? I don't mean that unkindly, but when I used to watch Encounter, you know, you were like some sort of like, you know, slightly frumpy maths teacher, and now, boom! What happened, Carol? How did boom happen? That's Carol back in the day.
Oh, it's sweet, isn't it?
I mean, you were lovely, and you had the freshness of youth about you. Wow!
Oh, look at that.
Look at that. That was you in a bad mood that day.
That was 80s, so, Jonathan. You had a hairstyle like that.
I had exactly that hairstyle, in actual fact. OK, so... Carol's back on screens with a new series, Food, Glorious Food. It already started. It started on Wednesday night. It's on again this Wednesday. This is a great idea. And this is Simon Cowell.
It's his company, yeah.
But it's one of these ideas where it seems like such a sort of straightforward idea. You think, why didn't I think of that?
Yeah, it's all about home cooking. And the idea is that, that people bring their favourite recipes from home. So it could be something that their grandmother cooked with them or whatever, or they've created for themselves. So there's always a little story to do with it. We've got 4 judges. I'm not the judge. It's Lord Grossman, who we know and love, and Tom Parker Bowles, who's got a very famous mother,
right.
and a lovely lady, Stacey Stewart with the Beehive. She's like the Beehive baker, and a lady who's been introduced to telly for the first time. She's #2 in the WI.
Wow.
Anne Harrison. She's fantastic.
So the WI, is that like MI6? It's kind of like it's a secretive organisation.
They're a very special handshake.
The Women's Institute. And they're quite a powerful body, aren't they?
They are. They're huge.
Yeah.
There's not 500,000 of them.
Wow.
We used to love them on Countdown, because they used to send us in, you know, gypsy creams and all sorts of different things like that on Countdown. That's why Richard was like that.
OK, so... Well, just because they send biscuits in doesn't mean you have to eat them all. I mean, you could...
No, it does.
So people are coming... So are you travelling the country, or are they coming to you?
No, we travel the country, and then we have the regional heats, and they come... And it's all food that you'd want to eat at home.
So,
it's
like,
not,
family food, comfort food?
Yeah, it's not poncy food at all. And then whoever wins gets £20,000, but the big thing is, after that programme is transmitted, the following morning, everyone can go out and buy that from a certain supermarket.
So they can actually start manufacturing it?
Absolutely.
And you meet some real characters in this, haven't you? I guess you met some really nice people.
Lovely characters.
Who are the favourite people you met?
We've met some eccentric characters and some just lovely ladies. You know, some very young people, and a gorgeous lady, 92 she is. She's called Eunice, and she's from Cornwall. And she's going, I don't know about these young people sleeping together. She's chopping a potato. Are these young people sleeping together nowadays? I mean, it wasn't like that in my day, you know. Mind you, I've seen some of these young men. They're not half bad, are they? She goes on.
OK, let's have a look. We're going to taste it for you. This is some of the people that Carol's met on Food Glorious Food.
If there was such a thing as a pasty masterpiece, it's that. The meat is rich, the gravy is full of flavour, the beautiful crack of the crunch, the savoury smell. I'll tell you what, if you could feed me this every day, I would die a very happy man.
Like, go on with me.
Wicked. I would love to go home with you. I can't say...
I haven't got no one. My husband's been dead 13 years, so I'm willing to take you home with me.
I will take you home, but I don't think I'll be able to keep up, Eunice. It's brilliant. Thank you. You are...
Thank you very much.
A goddess.
Not very happy, really, because I thought that was the winning dish.
If lemongrass is what makes a particular Thai dish attractive, you don't say, oh, I'd better take out the lemongrass, because some people might not like it.
Well, he's not a happy bunny. OK, we're going to see now, we have the food ready, I think, so Olga's going to bring out her dish. Jack, you're going to bring your dish out as well? Come on, bring it out here, let's try it, and you can be the judge. Here comes Jack. There's the lovely Olga. OK. And we've got... OK. So this is... So Olga's is... This is a soup?
Akroshka.
So this is something you used to eat this when you...
Cold soup.
That's nice.
Is it nice? What's in it, Olga?
Careful, I ate from there. So now we mixed germs.
That's lovely.
OK, what have you got, Jack? You've got brains.
Brains, yeah, there we are.
Have you eaten
I'm not tasting that.
You're not... Well, you're a vegetarian. You shouldn't taste it.
Are they?
Are you veggie?
No. Olga is veggie.
Oh, no, you don't want brains.
Meat eater. There we are.
They smell very nice, though, your brains.
I don't know if I really want to eat these.
Oh,
you're
eat
so
it.
brave.
They're very well
Stop
done.
being a wuss. You know.
Put some of the parsley on, you know.
They're quite
My dish is better, right?
They're very subtle.
And your dish is better, but that's...
No, but if you didn't know they were brains, you'd still eat it.
If you know your brains, you would think they were balls or something, because there's something going on there, isn't right? OK, and then this is Bruno's dish. How come you're bringing Bruno's dish in? Do you not cook?
See?
You're not Italian.
I don't think he's Italian.
This is just a Hawaiian pizza. Well done. Don't cheer him, lazy little All right, well, look, thank you for joining in with that. Carol, good luck with Food Glorious Food. Lovely to see you
Thank you
again.
very much. It's
Jack, congratulations. Which one did you like best? Olga, marvellous
Nice to
effort.
meet you. You're just as nice as English taxi
the winner
drivers.
absolutely is a beautiful Olga and her... What is it again?
Akroshka.
Akroshka.
God bless you. OK. Thanks to all my guests tonight. Next week I'll be joined by the one that I want, star of Greece, Olivia Newton-John will be here. We also have the uncontrollable Keith Lemon and pop superstar Nicole Scherzinger. But now, to finish the show, here with When I Was Your Man, it is Bruno Mars.
Same bed, but it feels just a little bit bigger now. A song on the radio, but it don't sound the same. When our friends talk about you, all it does is just tear me down. hurts a little when I hear your name. It all just sounds like ooh. Too young, too dumb to realize that I should have bought your flowers and held your hand. Should have gave you all my hours when I had the chance. Take you to everybody, 'cause all you wanted to do was dance. Now my baby's dancing, but she's dancing with another man. Oh, my pride, my ego, my needs, and my selfish ways caused a good, strong woman like you to walk out my life. Now I never get to clean up the mess I made, no. And it haunts me every time I close my eyes. It all just sounds like too young, too dumb to realize that I should have bought your flowers and held your hand. Should have gave you all my hours when I had the chance. Take you to every party, 'cause all you wanted to do was dance. Now my baby's dancing, but she's dancing with another man. Although it hurts, yeah, I'll be the first to say that I was wrong. Oh, I know I'm probably much too late to try and apologize for my mistakes, but I just want you to know, no. I hope he buys you flowers. I hope he holds your hand. Give you all his hours when he has the chance. Take you to every party, 'cause I remember how much you loved to dance. Do all the things I should have done, baby, when I was your man. Do all the things I should have done when I was your man.
Bruno Mars, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, tomorrow night, what a standard it's been this year, but who will make it to next weekend's big finale, we'll find out in Dancing on Ice at 6:15, before Rose's artist friend has got a matter to speak to Mr. Selfridge about tomorrow at 9.